The latest tracker poll by Techne UK makes grim reading for Rishi Sunak, with some Tory MPs questioning whether he can cling on as Prime Minister. Rishi Sunak has been accused by Conservative MPs of leading the party to catastrophe, as the latest Techne UK weekly tracker poll has given Labour a 21-point lead. It means that almost all the gains made in the polls since Mr Sunak took over from Liz Truss have been lost, and his party is, according to electoral calculus, on course to win less than 100 seats for the first time in their 345-year history. The findings from a survey of 1,632 voters put Labour on 47 points, with the Tories on a mere 26%. If this was the result of an election, Sir Keir Starmer would enter Downing Street with a 328-seat majority, while the Tories would be virtually wiped out on just 89 seats. The poll also put the Lib Dems on 10%, down 1, Reform UK unchanged on 6%, and the Greens also unchanged on 5%. The collapse in support for the Conservatives has seen Labour's lead go up by 5 points in just a fortnight. This has come after the Conservatives have torn themselves apart in a civil war following the controversial Partygate report into Boris Johnson by the Privileges Committee, with Parliament voting for a 90-day ban, which did not apply because he had quit as an MP, and to not allow Mr Johnson to have his former MPs pass. The row is set to explode again on Monday, when the same committee has asked for disciplinary action against 7 supporters of Mr Johnson who criticised the proceedings. But Conservative MPs have complained that the Prime Minister is now missing in action. One told express.co.uk that it is completely unacceptable that Mr Sunak will not appear at question time in the Commons for 2 weeks in a row. Another MP said, "Great leaders used to ride at the front of their troops taking them into battle. Rishi is nowhere to be seen." And for the first time, some Conservative MPs are questioning whether he will continue until the election. A number noted the lack of government activity in the Commons each week and the numerous bills which have been shelved. One MP said, "He is leading us to catastrophe." Another added, "It's almost as if his heart is not in it anymore, if it ever was." But some allies of the Prime Minister have instead blamed Mr Johnson. One member of the government noted, "It is no coincidence that the collapse in the polls has come when Boris Johnson went back into the Labour lead in every age group, according to the poll data apart from 65 and over, when the Tories have a 37% to 36% lead. With mortgage holders facing spiralling increases in their monthly payments, the age group with most of them in 45 to 54 gives Labour an enormous lead of 46% to 27%. The Tories have also now held on to less than 2/3 of the voters who helped them win in 2019, with just 65% among those certain to vote. The figure is even worse among all those polled, with just 54% of Tory voters from 2019 willing to vote for them again. Techne UK Chief Executive Michaela Morizzo said, "This snapshot is a black wave for the Conservatives, and, if a general election was held today, it would almost certainly result in a bigger electoral loss than John Major's defeat in 1997. What is particularly interesting is that it is common for the UK summer months to see small fluctuations in party support, as the electorate is generally happy to ignore politics in favour of holidays and time outdoors in better weather. But now it all comes back to the economy, because despite a growing GDP by 0.1% over the quarter, real incomes have decreased. This means that the purchasing power has decreased and citizens find themselves with less money in their wallets.